Here I am getting ready for some fishing tomorrow, so I thought I'd pop a little video out of a couple of the pieces of equipment I'll be taking with me, as well as some baits. Here you can see from the Dodson and Horrell Limited Company some Layers pellets. Now these are very useful. They're a sort of a chicken feed pellet. See if I can get some out for you. Give me a couple of ticks. Ooh, just opened it up, and you can see the sort of nature of what they are there with the camera. And it's just a simple pellet, very small, nothing too major, 2 or 3 mil maybe. Whoop, thrown it all over the place now. And these are very useful for mixers, ground bait, crush them up. They're used just for feeding chickens up, basically making sure the eggs are nice, but they're brilliant for carp. Carps love them, and you get a good mix of those in there, and you can put with it, ooh, let's reach over here, got some beans there. If you want haricot beans, you can fishy it up a little bit with some of the old John West infusion stuff there. Get some sweet corn, of course, always good with carp, or particularly with this I tend to use the giant sweet corn because it's a creamed sweet corn, much better. Nice, very sticky, helps to bind all the pellets together. And then to sweeten it up, if I reach over here, oops, you should get a little view of the molasses. Very good. They're horse molasses, these ones. You can get them from some of your big feed shops, centres for various wildlife, etc., but horse feed places, and you can get some of that. Molasses makes it very sweet and binds it all together. So you put all your stuff in there, mix it all up. I usually use a bucket. I've just used a little bait thing here to show you what the pellets look like, but I tend to use a bucket, mix it all up in that. Couple of these mixed with it, and it all comes together very nicely and becomes a big sticky mess. And you basically let the pellets absorb that moisture overnight, and then you're ready to go the following day with some cracking ground bait that you can effectively just make into little balls, and then lob out 5, 6 or 7 of those just to get the swim going whilst you're setting all your gear up. And they break down readily on the bottom of the lake or river area, and away you go. Hopefully you should be into fish pretty quick. Another one I use with just generally the sweet corn, I get 2 or 3 of those and put them inside a glass jar. Let me try and show you what I mean by that. Move these over there, and it's one of these sort of chaps, typical glass jar with a lid you can just clip on, clamp down onto the top there. So I put 2 or 3 of the old sweet corn inside that, and then with it I use this. This is called Kokanee Killer Corn Dye. You can pick this up through Amazon for about £8 or £9. Very nice. It's quite simply a red salt, really. Inside there you use a couple of teaspoons of that, just pop that inside there, and then give the whole jug a good old swirl around. Make sure that the fluid inside covers the sweet corn, and give it a good old swirl around, and then leave it to stand. About 30 minutes time, you will literally go from yellow corn to that sort of pink corn there. Very useful. You can mix some of that, if you like, by draining off the fluid. You can mix some of that in with your ground bait mix, and then put a pink piece of fake corn bait on your hook, so that the fish will actually see exactly what you've got down below in the main sort of food table, and then they'll see exactly the same thing on your hook as you're trying to catch them. Won't think any different, and hopefully zoomp, off they go, and take a bite. Another one, as you can probably see over the back here, just out of shot. Let's turn these around. Simple porridge oats. Again, another great thing for making ground bait and nice balls of bait. Get a couple of those, another one here, and pop that into a bucket. Again, you can either add the molasses or you can add some good few tins of these, 3 or 4 tins of those, and maybe as a binder 1 or 2 of those, and you'll find all this lot will then come together really nicely. Then it's down to what you want to add to it. I'm a bit crafty. I will actually use a medium curry powder. Makes the scent very potent for when the fish are out looking. I mix rock salt with it, a natural rock salt. You can pick those up from Tesco's or whatever, and very useful to add with it. Fish really like, especially the carp, they do like the natural rock salt to go with it. Do that, and of course if you want to, you can add any other things like garlic, or I think I've got another one over here. There you go, it's a chili and garlic. Mix that all with it, just turn it all over and over in the bucket till again you get a nice stodgy mass. And then what I tend to do from Tesco's, give them a plug, but Tesco's, I get these extra large freezer bags, and I put all my bait in there, seal it all up, self-sealing top, and then leave it overnight, and away you go, ready to go the following morning. So you can take, oh I know, £10, £12 of bait out with you, and it's all ready to go. Because of hemp seed, a lot of people use hemp seed, and that's fine, that's great. I use hemp seed myself, but I also use raisins, or sultanas, etc. These ones are California raisins, and I use those and mix that also with the oatmeals, and again it's like a form of hemp seed to as far as the fish eye goes. And they look down, they see all these darker grains in amongst the food table you're setting up for them, and they go for the raisins really well. So that's just a little bit I do. The pellets with molasses. Let's get that one again for you. There you go. The molasses, you can pick them up from equine centres and things like that. I've got special spod mix I bought from my regular fishing shop over at Lancing, of course, in Sussex, Llanelli, and a couple of the porridge oats, some raisins, mix them all together, and it makes a cracking ground bait selection. So you've got one with all the porridge oats and one with the pellets. Fabulous. Don't forget your rock salt, always good. Your curry powders, added scent, garlic added scent, lots of the old sweet corn, always goes down well. And if you're going to make some pink sweet corn to add a different sort of colour, then you can pop it in one of those glass jars with a couple of teaspoons of kokanee corn dye, and that gives you a good selection of baits there that you can mix together. And I'll show you what they all look like when I'm all done, so bear with me, and I'll go and make all my baits up, and then I'll show you what they all look like when I'm finished. Oh, one thing I forgot also, if you don't want to use too much sweet corn, another great one to use is that haricot beans. Slightly larger than the sweet corn grains, but just as useful and just as appetizing to the old carp. So don't be afraid to mix and mash different types of beans as well in your baits. That's the infusion one again, just another look at that. And they're just small pieces of tuna, basically mixed in a very fish oil sauce, and you can just mix that in again, turn it all in, and it makes things very fishy indeed. What else have we got? Cordigou, this one's the crab, very popular with carp. You can use that to scent, put a few drops of that into your mixes, very good indeed. And I did have, yes, tucked away over here, and you can get krill, again a liquid, just simply pour it in and use it on your luncheon meat or in with some of these baits that you're making up, and it makes it very strong fishy smell. Krill goes down really well with carp, so and barbel, actually they quite like it as well. So yep, let me get on with these, and I will come back to you and show you what the end result is. Right, well here guys, is one of the mixes. This is the chick pellet mix with sweet corn, haribo beans or haricot beans, and a mixed tin haricot beans, different colours and shapes and sizes all mixed together. As you can see, it's gone from that golden colour down to quite a dark colour inside the bucket, because once you've mixed the molasses with it, it absorbs that, needless to say, and it's very dark molasses. Of course, it's where I think the old rum comes from back in the old days. So it does go very dark, and once it absorbed that, it will become very, very sticky, and is great as a ground bait. So that's that one. Ooh, let's move on to the other one here. Now this one here, so I'm in my back garden, I've just trodden on a bit of thistle. Ouch. Right, this one here, as you can see, is the glass jar full of the sweet corn. I've added a little tap water just to make sure that the water level's just above the beans, or in this case the corn, and I'll show you what I mean with the kokanee corn dye. Just pop the lid on that. He says, hopefully, there it is. Oh, is this one still sealed? Hold on then, in that case undo it. Bear with me, guys. I'll undo it this way and just tip it in myself. So you can see the corn there, and you just put a couple of teaspoons worth into that, and as you can see already, it's starting to change colour. So you just pop the lid onto that and clamp it down and give it a good old shake around. So it will start changing colour. See the colour of the water already, very, very much richer, and then over the next 30 minutes all that corn will be cured and turn a fabulous pinky purple colour. Brilliant for mixing with your ground baits, etc., spod mixes and so forth. Really stands out. So that's that part. Now on to all the oats and the other sweet corn and the curry powder, etc., to make the other bait that I shall be using tomorrow, and I will give you another little look at that when that's all ready. Right guys, hopefully you can see that. I don't know, let's see, yeah, should be right with that. Sweet corn, you can see the sultanas, the white of the rock salt, and underneath it all there is the oats, the porridge oats that I told you about. I'm just about to mix some garlic and curry powder, etc., with it. So just make a big mulch of this and just pile it all up in the bucket, and then once you've added all the additives you want, as I say, the chili garlic powder and so forth, curry powder, and the infusion, Japalino, tangy Japalinos, tuna, things like that, then just turn it all in, just mix and mix and mix and mix, and I'll get on with that and I'll show you the next section. Right, and here is your end result. You've got a good selection of corn in there, the oatmeal, obviously the raisins and things like that. I've got a good tube and a bit of curry powder. I've got some chili garlic sauce mixed in there, and I've also got some tiny bits of tuna, Japalino tuna, so a nice spicy mix indeed here. And as you can see, once you've let it absorb for a while, it comes up with a cracking good size ball of food that you can just throw out there. Maybe when you first arrive, throw 5 or 6 of these out, and there you go. You can see that a bit better without me being in the shade. Throw 5 or 6 of those out and feed the swim to start with, and then that'll be going whilst you're setting up. So you then set all your gear up, cast out in tomorrow. It's the same location, and you've got a swim, should be ready to go. You've already fed it out with some fabulous attractants, high scent, so lots and lots of fish action we hope for you. I must admit, this one's never let me down. Bit of curry, the oatmeal, raisins, couple of good tins of sweet corn there, absolutely fine, fabulous stuff, brilliant. If you're method feeding, either on a mesh feeder or on a main method feeder, just pulp that round your method feeder and just lob it out. You can bung loads on this on there because it's a cereal, so it won't fill the fish up, especially in winter, because of course they're not eating so much in winter, they're moving around slower and staying together in shoals. So a very, very good one, and very sticky. So there's that. Let's have a quick look at this corn. I'll just waddle over here, and you might see already it's starting to turn. Fabulous. It's really a lovely pinky luster, and bit by bit that will change all the pieces of corn in there to a very deep pink colour. You can see quite a few of them already of changing, and that will be brilliant as an added attractant in your swim. So there you go, guys. I hope that gives you an idea about some baits, and have fun and enjoy your fishing on the riverbank. Right, well, here we are, guys. This is a wonderful silent lake. Absolutely gorgeous. What a beautiful day. 27 degrees. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, I've had 5 this morning on all those baits that I made up. Remember the lovely powdered kokanee corn dye that is beautifully pink now. So that's given me 1 or 2. And the mixture of all the various corn baits, etc. that I've made. I've got some bread with me, dog biscuit, and all manner of bits and bobs. But you saw the ones that I was making. But this also is part of the video. This is the Leeder Rogue Carp Cradle or Fish Cradle. Very, very simple fold up mechanism. In days gone by, I used to have these simple legs that just fold underneath and you just pull out to actually make the leg. Center one is as it should be, and the end one again, same as the other end, just pulls out and settles down. You can see the drainage at each end, so absolutely fine. The carp or whatever fish is off the ground, absolutely beautiful, nice and safe, and comes complete with its own little cover, which, if my memory serves right, it's got the logo on it somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Let's turn it around so you can see it. And there you have the Rogue logo on the cover as well, and that just stretches over the top, and there's Velcro on the back. So that's the Leeder Rogue Carp Cradle, and will probably sit around about £34 UK sterling, and very, very nice, durable, solid frame, very, very lightweight, and when it's all folded up it's actually got 2 carrying handles as well, so it makes that very, very useful when moving it to and from the river or lakeside. So thanks for watching. See you again on the Novice Angler.